Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to M4J Transport here on Sissy's Motion 2. We have a problem. Our buses are clogging up the roads. Essentially, and I can't believe I didn't sort of work this out to start with. Not to do with what I'm doing here, because this is another thing that I'll do, which I'm talking about in a second. But the original depots that we built over in City East, I put them on the wrong side of the road. So vehicles turning into the depot are always going to conflict with vehicles that are either coming out of the depot or are just travelling past to go to a different depot. And I can't believe I didn't think of that at the time. So I've actually gone now, and you'll see at the end of this episode, I have replaced it so that that problem doesn't happen in future. All the depots that were on the left-hand side of the road as you were driving down it are now on the right-hand side of the road. And there is one less depot than there was before. Mainly because of what you're seeing here. So this part of the city is the North Island, and you can see here I'm just trying to get some depot exit roads and entry roads. Eventually this one depot that you see me build will get moved slightly. This is kind of a placeholder depot location, but the plan is to allow all the bus lines that operate on the North Island, like the first, I think it's 101 to 106, and then 134 does as well, and I think 114. There's a few others. There ends up being more bus lines actually operating out of this depot than the other two, which may or may not be a bad thing, I don't know yet. But at the time of me recording this, this kind of works. I have had to go into the rule set editor and increase the depot size just a little bit more to enable more vehicles to actually use this new depot. But all depots that serve the North Island in any capacity, plus the lines that serve the northernmost area of City East, are all coming from this new depot. And then the remaining lines in the city, so City South, City Southeast, and also the South Island, are all coming from the other two depots which have now been moved. Next episode, and I'll make a note of this now because I haven't done so yet. Let's see, this is episode 38, isn't it? Yes. So I'll tick all those off. Right, episode 39, we're going to fix the trolley system. Fix trolley network, whoops, across entire city. And that's so that we don't end up with the other problem that's come from this. I thought the buses were the last sort of mode of transport that needed fixing currently. But that's not the case, because some of the trolleys are still breaking down. I will also, in fact, this will be episode 40, rework rapid network to avoid breakdowns. So there you go. Next episode will be fixing the trolley, at least the overground trolleys, and then the final episode of this 10 episode run will be fixing the rapid network, so the rapid bus and the rapid trolley. And I say the final episode of the current run because episode 40 is of course a multiple of 10, so the series is up for probation. Are we going to continue or are we going to stop? Currently things are not quite where I want them to be. In terms of view count, last episode got 41 views on Monday with 8 likes. Last Friday got 58 views with 2 likes. So the like count has gone up, but the view count has gone down. Although that being said, all the previous episodes for the last 3 or 4 even are above 50 views, and it's only episode 32 where it drops back down to 40. And the one before that got 84. So we'll see. I'm still not going to commit to it just yet. Next episode I'll make an absolute decision. But I've reinforced it in my OpenTTD series, and I'll reinforce it again here for you now. View count is great, but the like count is the one that matters, because no account can like the same video twice. So if you want the series to continue, the like count has to rise as well as the view count, because, you know, one person can watch the same video 12 times, and I don't see who's watched it and who hasn't. I just see a count of 12, and I think, oh, that's good. But if one person watches it 12 times, then only one person has ever seen it, which is not good. I would like it to be 12 views from 12 different people. And the best way to test that is with the like count, because you, as I said, you can't like a video twice. So even if you like it, unlike it, and then like it again, it still only counts as one. So that's the number that matters most. Obviously the sub count matters a lot as well, and I should put a big shout out now to everyone who has helped get the sub count up over the last couple of weeks. We broke through the 900 barrier, we absolutely smashed through it at breakneck speed, and we're currently sitting on 913. So the target of 1,000 by Christmas is still possible. And I won't go on about, you know, YouTube don't acknowledge your existence if you have less than 1,000, because, you know, I've said that enough times, really, blue in the face and all that. But that would be a great Christmas present. 1,000 subscribers by Christmas would be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you go watch my OpenTTD video from yesterday, if you're watching this on Friday, I talk a much more depth about how much it means and why I campaign for it so much, because it really does make a massive difference. So I won't talk too much about that, because I have done that in this series already. The only other thing I will say in this series, and I think I have mentioned it before, but it was a little while ago, was if you like this series and you like me as a creator as well as just the game that I'm playing, go on my channel, go on my playlist tab, and have a look at what else I play. I've just started a Spyro series. Spyro Reignited Trilogy was released this week, on Tuesday in fact, and I uploaded my first video then, and I'm uploading every single weekday a Spyro video, about 20-25 minutes long, which hopefully is well received. The view count is very, very low on that series at the moment, which I can kind of understand, because it's not really what people are used to seeing on my channel, but it's a game that means a lot to me, and it will also mean a lot to me if people went and checked it out. And again, just hit that nice big thumbs up button, because it only takes 5 seconds to do that. Other series, racing series of course, which will be back tomorrow, hopefully. I'm available tomorrow, it depends on whether the guys are available. It's been a bit tricksy recently, because I've been busy or someone else has been busy, which has made it a little bit more difficult to do, but it is still happening. You know, the series isn't ending or anything like that. It's just been commitment and work schedules and all that kind of thing that's made it a bit difficult. So that one's happening. OpenTTD, which I've already mentioned. Factorio on Tuesdays. Minecraft will be returning, but in a slightly different format to what it was before. We'll be going back to videos rather than streams. Same with Planet Coaster, if I can get it working on my laptop. I can get the game working fine, but it's recording and playing at the same time. Might be a little bit difficult, so it might be time lapses just to cover up the FPS issues. And I'm very, very tempted. I'm going to start streaming Fallout 76, because I have bought the game, and I'm tempted just to upload it in chunks onto my channel rather than chop it up like I used to do. So if you are interested in that as well, and this is the difference actually, and it's the question I want to ask you guys: do you like this series because of the game, or do you like this series because of me, or do you like this series because of both? And what I mean by that is, do you just watch this because it's Cities of Motion 2 and not many people make videos on it? Do you watch this series because you like me as a creator and you like the games I play and you like my style? Or do you like both? You know, do you like the game and happen to also like the person playing it? And this is me gaining feedback now, because I'm trying to work out why some series do better than others on this channel. And I think it's because people have blinkers on. So they see one game and they go, oh, OpenTTD, I'll watch that. And then they never actually go on the channel and have a look at what other games I play, which is where I differ from most people, because that's what I do. And I said this in OpenTTD, in fact. This game I only found out about because I watched Quill18 play it when it was in early access. Same with Factorio, same with RimWorld. They're 3 games that I now own, which I never knew existed, but because of curiosity I went on someone else's channel, looked at their playlists. I mentioned him before, I'm a massive fan of Quill actually. He's a very, very good creator. He's someone that I watch for him. Whatever game he plays, I sort of learn to like the game through watching one of my favourite creators. I used to be like that with Squirrel as well. Euro Truck, I got into that because of him. I never bought DayZ, but I watched it a lot because of his channel. I also ended up buying Space Engineers, Train Simulator, Flight Simulator I had at one point as well, although I've never really gotten into that. I had a couple of videos on my channel from many years ago now, but never really got my my mojo in that game. But Train Simulator is one that I really got into from watching players like Squirrel. And I'm not comparing myself to those two, by the way, because those guys are so much better at what they do than I am. If anything, I look up to them more than I compare myself to them. I would love to be at that level one day, but you never know. The reason I'm saying it is because I want more people to actually go on to my playlists and have a look at what other games I play, because I guarantee you there's stuff on there that you wouldn't have imagined seeing me play. Like Grand Theft Auto, for example. Who'd have thought someone who does Cities in Motion videos would also play Grand Theft Auto? It does happen in the real world, but I like to play a multitude of different games on the channel as and when I can. Spyro is definitely the out there series at the moment. But yeah, it means a lot to me if people take the time just to have a look and see what else there is. It also means a lot to me that, that people are now starting to promote my channel amongst themselves, which is exactly what I was asking for in my OpenTTD video and in my episode on Monday as well. So a massive thank you to everyone that's doing that. As I say, it really does mean a lot. It means more than words can describe, to be perfectly honest. It's just nice knowing that I can relax every now and then and not have to worry about the numbers all the time. It's one of the things I hear content creators say the most, is that day where they know that the numbers are high enough they can just relax and enjoy life. And that's kind of where I am at the moment, is in that really stressful period of, is this going to be successful or not? And I've said that before, so I'm not going to say it again now. I am going to talk a little bit about what you're seeing on screen, because this episode is almost on its last legs. So at the moment, I have moved all the bus lines into their new depots, and I am currently in the process of buying new vehicles for the new depots. There are a lot. I think there's 235 in the north depot, and then there's 170 and 180, something like that, in the two here. Now this one, obviously, there's two depots instead of one, so the vehicle split is a bit more even. The one in the north, I think I might put two depots up there, in fact, and have that split evenly as well. So 235, it'll be approximately 115 each, just so that it's a bit more spread. Because one thing I did notice when I was simulating this after I finished the build was there are a lot of buses leaving that north depot at the same time, and it can get very congested. The difference there, of course, is it does go straight into highways and immediately branches off left and right. So the vehicle split is pretty much 50-50 in most cases, so it kind of alleviates it there. Plus it's a straight out drive, there's no 90-degree turn like there is at the two depots here. You might keep wondering why I'm zooming over to this hill. I have found, and this might be superstitious, but I have found that the game saves more consistently if I'm not looking at something that's trying to load lots of citizens or lots of vehicles. So if I'm hovered over a depot, chances are the game will crash. If I'm hovered over an interchange or a hub, the game will crash. But if I just go to a hillside like that, because the game's not rendering anything other than the ground, there is still stuff going on in the background, but it's not trying to display it. It seems to save more times. It crashes less, is what I should be saying there. So it seems like a really stupid yet slightly logical thing to do. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so vehicles drive straight out of the depots at this north depot, and they go straight onto the highway. So the vehicle flow is actually a lot more consistent as well. Coming back, there were some queues, which is why I upped the vehicle count in the depot, just to make sure that more vehicles can fit in. It seems to be a one in, one out policy with this depot though, so it actually evens out quite nicely. Right, that is going to be it for this episode, pretty much. Like I said, big thank you to everyone that's helped get the like counts and everything up this week. It really does mean a lot to me. Like I said, words can't really describe it at the moment, so just a massive thank you. Besides that, if you have any questions or anything like that, drop them in the comments section down below. If you haven't... what was it? Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes, and also check out the name suggestions list at m4jmedia.com and either just have a look or leave your own. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.